Hello, beautiful people of the internet. It's day 103 in Blueprints. My name is Ryan. I forgot to say that part. It's episode number 89. Here is the deal. In the last episode, we unlocked her ladyship's diary. Big win for me. We potentially found a new mechanic, which we will have to sort of check by calling it a day in different locations. However, I think I need to check something, which is that I kind of made a mistake. I slept in the bunk room at the end of the last episode. I called it a day in the bunk room at the end of the last episode. I was assuming I could get tomb as my outer room to check if there was a flower on the grave. I messed up. I can't do that. There it is. I can't do that for sure, for 100%. If I get some dice, then maybe I can. Yes, I almost said dice, or said die. Then maybe I can, but if not, I'm in trouble. So, let's grab the dice, let's head out, let's get tomb on the outside and see what happens. This run, today's episode, may be a number of shorter runs. I'm in my experiment, my fuck around and find out sort of phase right now. There's the thing that crosses here. In the last episode, we read her ladyship's diary, which included a drawing of this creek and these two paths. And maybe most interestingly, something kind of weird out here. I'm going to redraw this and get tomb. There it is. Beautiful. So the goal here is to pop in here and check if calling it a day in the bunk room last episode, which should have put flowers on a tomb, my guess is her husband's tomb, Simon Sinclair's, to see if that did anything. Probably a gem on the tomb that currently has nothing on it, which I think is... I don't remember where that is. This one? Okay, done. Check that box. Call it a day in bunk room. It puts an extra gem on the map so long as you get tomb. That's really a pretty bad effect, I think. I don't think that's an amazing effect. I don't think that's very useful. If it has no other effects, that is, I would say, a waste of calling it a day. Yeah, that's a waste of calling it a day. That's okay, because we did just confirm that that's how that works. So now we can call it a day in other rooms and test that out as well. So here's my thought. Let's just do that. Let's just call it a day in other rooms right now. Let's do it. I don't really need... Here are my to-do list, as a reminder, where I'm at right now. Heat up the freezer, solve the gallery puzzles, which... Never mind. I won't say anything on that. I won't say anything on that topic. I have some gallery things to say, but I won't say it until we get there. Take the final exam. Maybe do some more tunneling. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It's not a long to-do list right now, but as always, draft conservatory. As always, we're hunting down. Well, like certain rooms, I think are probably more worth continuing to explore than others. Is there a cuckoo clock in here, by the way? There does not appear to be. Okay. So let's get conservatory. Or observatory, but I would like conservatory. Or treasure trove. God damn it. That's what I'm in about. There are certain rooms that I will be taking that I am very, very interested in drafting as much as possible. Treasure trove, lost and found, conservatory. Frankly, planetarium with my telescope, but... God damn it. Give me conservatory. Or give me death. This run is cooked anyways, so my goal here is Just make... God damn it. Make the most use of what we have. We entirely fucked that. There were a lot of good options, but none of them were conservatory. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draft a couple more rooms and then call it a day. Because there's no real reason for me to continue as is. I have just as good of odds of getting treasure trove in the next run as I do it, getting it on this run. Observatory is great, except that is a dead end. Shit. I wanted to try and get to the corner. Real quick. So my thought is, in case you aren't picking up what I'm putting down, my thought is basically this. Let's do a number of quick runs where we test the calling it a day thing, draft, conservatory, observatory, treasure trove, lost and found, things like that. Test out some of our mechanics. Maybe we'll get gallery along the way. Maybe we won't. I really want to draft shrine so that I can get another blessing going. That's high on my list as well. Observatory here is perfect. We'll get the extra star. Thank you very much. Now we need to draft a bedroom to call it in. Apple, you, done. These are the kind of things that will just like make our life easier in future long runs that we're actually trying to do something with. Okay, so from here, we need to go south a bit. Did Her Ladyship's diary say anything? It said something about sleeping in the guest bedroom. What did it say? Nothing special. Nothing special occurs if you sleep in the guest bedroom. Okay. I just now noticed that the chairs are like cheetah print. That is so gaudy. I don't have a key card, so I actually can't take that. Shit. At this point, I'll make the executive decision that let's get planetarium. See very quickly if we can grab, coat check, because telescope and planetarium is excellent. And then, if we can't, we'll call it a day. If we can, we'll call it a day as well. Mailroom makes the next run a little bit better, but I don't really care about that. Lost and found is interesting. We'll lose the lunchbox, but gain something else. Car keys and repellent are both fine. No new item here. Where do I want to spend repellent? Can I use it in entrance hall? I mean, I kind of want to test that. I'm in the mood of like, not the mood. I'm not like having fun breaking the game, but I'm in the mode of like, fuck around and find out. See what happens if you do something like that. There is coat check. But if I enter coat check right now, I may lose my telescope. If I enter, I don't have to enter lost and found to get there. Perfect. This is perfect. Okay. This is very good. So we will retrieve item. Get telescope. Thank you very much. We will walk out of here in a way that does not get us to the lost and found. I'm going to see if I can hit X out here. Yeah. That makes sense. I just, I thought I'd check. In that case, I don't really want repellent. I like all of these rooms, at least a little bit. Chapel, trophy room, planetarium. Let's see if we can get an extra new thing in here. This room gets better every time we click on a... It now contains an apple as well. Fenmora. I probably should have been writing down the names of those planets. That would have been the most useful thing to do. Cool. These quick runs never end up as quick as I plan for them, because I always end up doing a couple extra things. But as long as we're being like somewhat efficient with how we are trying things, I feel fine about it. Right now we're gaining some extra stars, which should be useful in the future. We tried... Telescope does work after you have already entered the room. We tested the sleeping in bunk room. That does work and does what we think it does. Excellent. Cozy little cottage. Let's do it again. Run it back. Okay. This time, does it matter so much to me what I draw in the outer room? Probably not. Like, I don't need Tomb to check what I did the night before. I would like classroom, shrine, or... Tomb is kind of off the list now. I feel like there's something else out here I would like. We'll take shrine. I want the blessing first. You should always have a blessing going. You should always have a blessing going is sort of how I feel. We'll see which one we get. We'll spend all of our coins. High roller for 7 days. Okay, this is not terrible. It helps for showroom, luxury showroom, and it helps us be able to draft more rooms generally. When I buy kitchen, when I buy commissary, when I buy... It's generally just fine for that. So the question is, do I do this run? Does it matter? Or do I skip to the next day where I try for classroom? At this point, inside of the house, the things that I can think of to do... By the way, I should talk about this. I did, earlier today, talk with some lovely members of our Discord community, which you can enter the Discord if you're not hanging out there. There's a link down below in the comments. There is just general places to hang out and talk to other people who love video games and who are very kind. Lovely people. Lovely people. Loveliest people on the internet. There's also a spoilery discussion channel that I don't go into, where people talk about the videos and what's happening in them and be like, I wish Ryan would see X, or I wish Ryan would do Y, etc., etc. So if you want to, you can use that. If you're following along with the series, you can enter the Discord and see that. Full honesty, full transparency. Earlier today, I asked the Discord, hey, would it be possible for you guys to... Would it be interesting, or would it be okay with you guys to suggest a couple rooms to me that I might be able to check out and spend more time in? I'm a little worried that I have overlooked, like that I... Let's pick a random room. Den. I'm a little worried that there's like more to do in Den, but I have sort of written it off in my head as like, this room's done. There's nothing more to do here. It gives you a gem and then you move on to the next room. I'm guessing, I'm assuming that Den is not actually one that I feel that way about, but I'm assuming there are rooms that I think are done that are not done. And so I suggested to the Discord, to the spoilery channel, that they may suggest like 3 to 5 rooms to me that I should spend some more time in or take a second look at. I don't think they have answered yet. I can check right now. They have not given me an answer just yet. I want to do that rather than like opening it up in the comments of this video, because if we open it up in the comments of this video, one, that makes the YouTube moderators work extra hard, because some people just can't resist themselves no matter what. Even 90 episodes in, even 89 episodes into a blind playthrough, they're like, this is it. This comment is fine, and then they write something that's not fine. Our Discord channel is amazing at like carefully crafting the smallest, most subtle of hints or nudges that will point me in the right direction. So I'm trusting them. It's not that I don't trust the YouTube comments. It's just that I don't trust the YouTube comments. So be on the lookout. It's probably going to happen in like the next episode or two, where I may come to the recording and be like, hey, I have a list of 3 rooms that I should definitely be checking out more. Just as a heads up. And if you'd like to participate in that conversation, by the time you see this video, it's probably a little late, but you can still head into the Discord and the spoilery discussion channel and meet a bunch of people who are also upset at something that I'm doing, I'm sure. No matter what happens in a blind playthrough, you can just bet that I'm doing something that is upsetting someone, which is fair. It's the nature of a blind playthrough. I don't know what I'm doing. That's the whole point. So here's my thought. My current list of things, like my personal list of things to do in the game that I might successfully do on this run where I don't have Schoolhouse, is this. Maybe get out onto the western path. That's a hard thing to accomplish, but maybe. Solve gallery. Freeze the furnace, or it's the other way around. Furnace the freezer. Which we failed at already, so but I could maybe do it better. I'm not sure. There's something else. There's something else. Let me look at my list. Use tunnel in more interesting ways. Get more treasure trove, which is always good. Get more lost and found, which is always good. And that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at. That's not a lot to do per run. Like, it's kind of a hope and a prayer that I may get to any of those things. Should I take treasure trove here? I think we should take treasure trove there. We can get conservatory on the other side. A guaranteed treasure trove is amazing. Although it's locked. Shit. We're gonna be rich, dude. Holy shit. Let's get a key. Am I the only person? I can't be. I can't be the only person with Chapel Roan's subway stuck in my head. Okay, new treasure trove room. Note, memo. That's the word. This is number 4. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. Okay, so things get very interesting. This is where our note-taking really matters. Let me save it, and then I'll look through them and tell you what where we're at so far. Treasure trove, memo 4. This is one of the most interesting rooms in the game to me right now. The most interesting room in the game, probably. So, I'm keeping good notes, which I'm proud of. Blue equals true. Red equals lies, unless handwritten. Green has been interesting in the past, but I think we can probably trust it. The green memos you find in this room will always be true. That is one statement. The previous box in this room contained a true statement is a second statement. So Here's how I'm thinking through this. Green? Okay, so our rule with green is a little interesting, right? Oh god, I have a headache. That's not what I was looking for. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. So the inverse of that would be that... Oh, you know what I just thought about for the first fucking time? How do we know what color that memo is? This one, right there. It's kind of red. But everything is red. Am I overthinking this? Almost certainly. So, the inverse of this, though, would be that green memos found other places are true. That's kind of my assumption, but I don't have a, like, big flashing neon light that means that that is true. So when I saw a green memo here, I got a little concerned. Same way with the reservoir. Blue is true. Green memos in white boxes are always lies. So, at some point, it seems to be that the truth is green memos can be true or false. If they're in Hartley's room, they're false. If they are in white boxes, they are false. The true treasure of the trove is not in the house. I didn't know what to feel about that. My guess was leaning true because it's green. That is not in a... white box. That's a blue box, right? Oh my god, we're gonna have to know what color the boxes are. And then this one is red, handwritten, which we believe to be true. So let's do this with our notes. First off, I'm gonna make a new area for treasure trove. In treasure trove, the current rules appear to me to be blue equals true, red equals false, and less handwritten. There are new rules, which would be green in TT equals true. Green in white box equals false. And then from there, I'm going to go through and label each of these boxes with what I believe, or each of these memos with what I believe they are. Memo 1 should be true. Memo 2 should be true. Memo 3 should be true. Memo 4 should be true. At some point, we will probably come to doubt a memo that we get in this box. So far, and maybe even one of the ones that we've opened so far. So far, I think we're at a good spot. That was worth doing. That was very worth doing. I'm glad we got that. Let's go ahead and see if we can get conservatory. I'd like to get Geist bedroom first. Get an early break room to get us a key. Does the key really matter? I don't know. 5 twice is 10. 10 times 5 is 50. Minus 40 is 10. Now this is interesting. This is order of operations. 5 plus 13 is 18. Plus 13 is 31. I think when the entire circle is done, then you flip it. Be 13. Let's go. I think the center thing happens each time you reach the row, the circle, at the end of the circle. Okay. God, this game. Let's get a Geist bedroom real quick. That's not what that is. Get a little Geist bedroom real quick. There it is. Some extra rolls. If we get a bedroom to call it a day, that would be really exciting because this is kind of the perfect time to experiment with that stuff. Because I don't really need a key card for each day right now. Like Great Hall, that's fine. Let's go see if we can't get the conservatory. Beautiful. Okay. Currently coat check is standard. I kind of like that, but I kind of like that. I don't think we need to make it commonplace. Locksmith is standard, which I think is pretty good. Attic is standard. I like where all three of those are at. I honestly think between the three, Attic is actually could be unusual. Yeah. This is why I was like, do we get planetarium here and then get coat check? Let's try it. Get planetarium here, then get coat check. Give me some keys. Not those keys. I wonder if telescope will just work with that room forever, you know? Like, can I just continually add effects? That'd be kind of amazing. Coat check, coat check, coat check. Observatory is good too. Raise the stars. That's dead ends, which actually coat check is a dead end, so that's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. Sail into apple. Cool. Coat check. Coat check. God damn it. Sleeping in servants' quarters was on my list as something bad to try. Half the footsteps the following day. A stray die had found its way into my pocket. Okay. Hartley's history. Does that mean as a gambler? Is that what that means? I think we should take it and we should try and sleep in it. Before we do that, of course. We'll take a couple of these. We know that's false. Okay. Excellent. So real quick, we can try. Nice. That worked out really well. Coat check. Come on. Now I can't find it. Lost and found here is fine. We lost car keys, but we got prism key. And nothing new over there, but secret garden key. Okay, that's a bust. Perfect. That's a day. Let's go call it in servant quarters and see if it gives us 1 extra die tomorrow. Half the footsteps. And this is just a bad deal. Bad deal. We're kind of wasting our blessing a little bit. Little cozy cottage. All right, let's run it back. Do a new one. Oh, hello. It's me, End Screen Ryan. Just to tell you that this episode ends here. I know that's pretty short, maybe the shortest episode we've done in this series so far. But at some point in the next week or so, we have some longer episodes coming, and I think the way things work out, it just makes sense to end this episode right here, and leave it there. So 89 is done here, and we'll pick it up next week. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye.